Amazon, you need to stop shipping computer stuff in these mailers, would you please? I already filled the boxes dinged up, and this is containing a power supply. You want to ship items in one of these crappy non-padded mailers? Are you insane? You would think that this came from Wish, but there's the Amazon logo, and check out the holes in the package. I'm pissed. I'm very, very, very pissed off. Oh, seriously, no extra box? Are these people insane? The box is a little smashed up in some places. See? Smashed up there. Smashed up there. Oh, it's even so smashed up that the plastic is ripped right here. Look at that. I would expect them to take more pride in shipping something that was well over $50. Well, it is in bubble wrap. It was supposed to be somewhat modular. That right there is what I'm worried about. Boy, this thing's heavy. This thing's probably weighs a good... Nothing shakes, so I guess I'm not going to worry about a little bit of paint coming off, but that's just ridiculous if you ask me. This is a symptom of the gaming computer. Nothing. It's all dead. Okay, so here's the power supply. It's a 600 watt power supply. The RX 570 requires a 500 to a 550 watt power supply on top the almost 70 watts that the Ryzen has. So I wonder if that power supply got weak from the load of this computer because they didn't put a big enough power supply in it on top of some of the weird and wonky power that we have here. But look at that cable management. Yikes, stripes, fruit stripe gum. Wow. That is a nightmare. That is a rat king. Okay then. And here's what I got. A 750 watt power supply. It doesn't have any ratings on there like 80 plus gold or whatnot. I thought it did, but it didn't. But this power supply was right in my budget, so it's big enough so it can handle the load, but it didn't break the bank either. Because I don't have lots of money to sink into stuff, so I wanted to go with the bigger power supply than what they put in it. Well, it's installed. These cables are bigger than the other cable. And I rerouted some of the other cables. They had these two SATA connectors all wrapped around this whole mess. It was a nightmare, to tell you the truth. They knotted a bunch of stuff together. I know this is not the best, but I don't know what else to do. I mean, it doesn't seem to be blocking any ventilation or anything, but anyways, I'll try to do the best cable management I can do. I ran this all the way up around here, so yeah, I can't get that to seat properly. Seems to be hitting on tabs. Well, dang, I don't know why it's not going down all the way. It's as down as I'm going to get it. Well, it's on. Let's see. There it is. I don't have no monitor hooked up to it. That looks pretty much good. That looks pretty much good. The voltages seem to be pretty good. I just noticed something. Look, there's a piece of plastic in here. Look at the piece of plastic. It's not over here, but the piece of plastic and this power supply takes over half of the... There, you see the piece of plastic? Why would they... Look, it's even when that heatsink cannot get proper cooling. That's weird. That is weird. I guess that means it's got the fan pulls power through here. I mean, the fan pulls the cooling through here. Yeah, they have these special bits to take this out. I have to find those and take this apart. I was thinking it might have been Phillips heads, but no. It's these special Torx heads. See, before this, I noticed that my wireless headset kept on losing connection. It would lose connection a lot, so I was thinking maybe there's something defected and messing up with those, but when I had them hooked up to another computer, they never disconnected. So, and sometimes the keyboard and mouse will just turn itself on without, you know, being provoked. One time, the computer itself turned itself on by itself in the middle of the night and turned itself off. I don't know. Maybe that's all a sign that this thing was about to cut loose. And I'm glad that it didn't, when it expired, that it didn't take out the graphics card or the motherboard, because I've had in older computers, mostly Dells, by the way, whenever the power supply goes out in them, it cooks the motherboard. Well, and a compact Pisario, but anyways, this looks like a very decent power supply, but it's not that heavy compared to the one I put in there. Weighed so much, it's way more heavier than this one is. I'm pretty for sure for the task that this power supply probably would have lasted a long time, but this power supply only lasted 1.5 years. And I think that with the inconstant power and it having such a load put on it from the graphics card to everything, it just couldn't take it over time, and it just gave away. Because if a graphics card, right, says it needs a 500 watt or a 550 watt power supply, why would you put a 600 watt power supply in there? 650 watt, 700 watt. Yes, I can see that it has at least some breathing room. I put a 750 watt power supply in there. Now it's got an adequate enough breathing room. Heck, the computer might perform a lot better. I don't know. But I know these cables, they're really thin compared to the power supply I put in there. Even the motherboard and the graphics card was a lot thicker gauge wire than what this one had. Anyways, so the computer's back up and running. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Peace, love, and hugs. And be kind to each other. I love you all.